Are you sick of looking at Netflix and you don't know what to watch?
So many movies out there, you don't know which ones are good, which ones were bad.
You curious about what's out there?
I'm Joey Powers.
I'm Don Tretler.
This is the best pictures.
The ones you don't want to miss.
Hit it.
Say hello to my little friend.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Winners go home and the prom queen.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
I don't deserve this. Deserves got nothing to do with it. No sequel for you.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of The Best Pictures. I'm one of your hosts, Joey Powers.
Hey, and I'm Don Tretler. Welcome to the show. And today we're going to talk about, the Golden Globe nominations.
Golden Globe nominations came out this morning, and Don and I went and saw the Banshees of Inisherin this weekend.
And we're going to tell you all about it, except we're not going to ruin it for you. No spoiler alert.
No spoilers. But speaking of the Golden Globe nominations, like I said, they did come out today, and the Banshees of Inisherin actually led all films with 8 nominations out of 9 possible. So that's
almost all the actors in the movie got nominated.
Yeah, I mean, 4 acting nominations, score, directors, writing, picture. It got the most of any movie. I think The Fabelmans was second with 6. Noticeably missing, unfortunately, was Paul Dano. Haven't seen the movie, but we talked about it before many times. He's just really great in everything he's in.
Yeah. Has he been nominated before? He must have.
No, he hasn't, actually, because I looked it up, because I thought maybe he was nominated for Little Miss Sunshine, but he wasn't. Alan Arkin actually won supporting actor for that movie that year.
He's going to be somebody. See, we're talking about it. He's going to be somebody. He's going to pop out there one day, and he's going to be huge.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's great. I mean, he's been in Little Miss Sunshine, Prisoners. He was great in. I'm sure The Fabelmans he's fantastic in. So Colin Farrell, Best Actor, Brendan Gleeson, and I can't even remember the kid's name already.
Barry Keogh?
Barry Keogh, supporting actor. We both thought we'd recognize him because he looks very recognizable, but very, very strong performances in the movie.
Right.
Jodie Condon, I believe her name is, plays Colin Farrell's sister. She was excellent too. She's nominated for Best Supporting Actress. Very, very dark, very good, but we're going to talk about that after. The director field, pretty impressive. Baz Luhrmann.
Right.
And then
with the Elvis movie, we were saying we didn't see that.
No, but we both want to see it very good, very much. Martin McDonagh for the Banshees. Steven Spielberg for the Fabelmans, and James Cameron from Avatar. And then the director from Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
There's 2 of them that were nominated, or 2 directors that were nominated. But best picture drama is Avatar, The Way of Water, Elvis, The Fabelmans, Tar, and Top Gun Maverick, which I thought was kind of cool. Obviously, it doesn't really have a chance of winning, but it was at least nice that it got nominated for Best Picture.
Right.
You know, a lot of people thought it might be. I'm just going to go run down real quick of everything. Performance by an actress in a drama, Cate Blanchett, Olivia Colman, Viola Davis, Ana de Armas, and Michelle Williams. So that's a pretty stacked, and that's just Best Actress in a Drama.
Right.
You know, because the Golden Globe breaks it up between drama and then comedy or musical. Lead actor in a drama, Austin Butler for playing Elvis, Brendan Fraser for The Whale, which we're going to go see hopefully within the next month. Hugh Jackman for The Son, Bill Nighy for Living, and Jeremy Pope, The Inspection. We haven't seen any of those.
No. I don't know if they've been released. The Inspection might be out.
Actually, one thing before I forget, I did look at the weekend box office. The Whale opened in just 6 cities, the highest grossing weekend of any movie per screen average of the entire year, including Top Gun Maverick. Any movie.
Wow.
Got the highest grossing. I mean, it's only 6 screens, but I forget how much it averaged, but it was unbelievable.
Right.
So, I mean, word of mouth already is buzzing about that movie.
What I saw about it is I think I looked on Rotten Tomatoes, and the critic score was very low, but the audience rating was pretty high. So, who knows?
And so the best picture category for musical or comedy is Babylon, The Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery, and Triangle of Sadness, which neither one of us had heard of. Woody Harrelson's in it. We know that much.
That makes it worth going to see. And the fact that it got nominated makes you think that this must be a pretty good movie if it came out of nowhere and we didn't even hear about it.
Exactly. Especially being Woody Harrelson in it, because we generally are right on top of everything he's in. Actress in a motion picture, musical or comedy, Leslie Manville, Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris, Margot Robbie for Babylon, Anya Taylor-Joy for The Menu, Emma Thompson, Good Luck to You, Leo Grande, and Michelle Yeoh for, is that how you pronounce the last name? Yeoh?
I think so.
Everything Everywhere All at Once. Best actor in a motion picture, musical or comedy, Diego Calva, Babylon, Daniel Craig, Knives Out Mystery, White Noise, or Adam Driver, White Noise, Colin Farrell, The Banshees of Inisherin, and Ray Fiennes, The Menu. And then I'm just going to skip that one too because I never plugged this in and the battery's about to run out. So I'm just going to try. Best Supporting Actress in any motion picture, Angela Bassett, Black Panther, Carrie Condon for The Banshees of Inisherin, Jamie Lee Curtis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Dolly DeLeon for Triangle of Sadness, and Carey Mulligan for She Said. And Supporting Actor, Brendan Gleeson and Barry Keoghan for The Banshees of Inisherin, Brad Pitt, Babylon, Ki Hu Kwan, Everything Everywhere All at Once, I think, and Eddie Redmayne for The Good Nurse. And then Best Director, I think we already talked about this, James Caan, the two guys from Everything Everywhere All at Once, Baz Luhrmann, Martin McDonagh, and Steven Spielberg. So that's they're pretty competitive categories, I think, all the way around. And
this is kind of a precursor for,
Oscars. Next is the Screen Actors Guild and then the Oscars. But yeah, I think the Screen Actors Guild nominations come right around the same weekend as the Golden Globe actual awards ceremony is. So, it's generally, they're all kind of precursors leading up.
Well, do you think Maverick's going to get nominated for an Oscar?
I do, yeah. Just because they have it at 10.
It'll be one of the 10.
I think it's because, one, it's a nostalgia thing, and two, it's a really good movie. It really is legit. I mean, it still holds up as an 8.4 on IMDb, so It wasn't just an overreaction. I mean, people really genuinely like the movie. I mean, it just got re-released 2 weekends ago, and it's doing really well in the re-release. So
what can you say?
Yeah, I mean, people really liked it. So, I think the awards ceremony, I want to say it's January 23rd. On NBC, it actually is going to be aired this year because there was a big boycott over, not sexist / racism against the Hollywood Foreign Press for not having enough minority / female members. So they boycotted it. Brendan Fraser actually said he is not going to attend.
Oh.
Because he was groped or something in 2003 by someone at an event by the Hollywood Foreign Press. So he is not attending the Golden Globes, whether he's a favorite or not. He doesn't care.
Wow.
So some people still have strong opinions and feelings over everything that's gone on over the years. So, it's going to be interesting. So what did you think of the Banshees?
I thought it was good. I mean, I was really looking forward to it after seeing some of the trailers. So it was one of my most anticipated movies. And you had lent me In Bruges, which I watched a couple weeks ago. I thought that was really good. Same two actors, same director.
Same director and writer.
Yeah.
Did you watch Seven Psychopaths yet?
No.
No, didn't think so. I haven't watched In Bruges yet either. So what did you like better, In Bruges or The Banshees of Inisherin?
Wow, it's a tough choice.
So In Bruges is that good, huh? Because we both gave Banshees at least an 8.
I think it's just as good. I think they're pretty much on the same level there.
I think we kind of would both agree that it was not what we were expecting at all.
No, because one of the things that we were talking about was we didn't know why the one friend decided to stop talking to the other one. So we were coming up with all these ideas, you know.
Turned out to be nothing at all what I expected. It was just random. It was just completely random. But it's definitely kind of traumatic. It's just it makes you wonder what's going through someone's mind that they're so much don't want to be friends with someone that they would go to that level, that extent.
Right. That's one of the things I really liked it. This is my type of movie. It's these two actors. I think they kind of kept us captivated. But really, I mean, that's the story. One guy decides not to talk to the other one.
Just out of nowhere. Just like I just don't want to be friends anymore.
But isn't that kind of like, I was thinking about this, isn't it kind of like relationships? Like when you have a romantic relationship, sometimes one of the people just says, that's it. You know, I didn't like the way you ate your cornflakes. I can't go out with you anymore.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because like when you break up with someone, you don't really want to be like, hey, what are you doing next weekend? You know, it's kind of like, just stay away from me. We're done.
Right.
You know, so I get that. But I mean, I've never like had a friend where it's just like, I just one day woke up and I don't want to be friends anymore.
Yeah.
Because that kind of seems like that's just how it's based. But I mean, the characters, to me, I'd say there's really 4 main characters. Maybe a 5th if you want to count the cop father.
Right.
He's definitely a smaller role. But I mean, the 2 leads and then the sister and the younger kid, I mean, they're all great in the movie. There's no reason, or there's no surprise that they all got nominated for a Golden Globe. I wouldn't be surprised to see multiple winners either. In Bruges actually gets a 7.9, so it's like 8.2, 7.9, very similar. But it's so like just graphic, like parts of it. It's not like, it's disturbing graphic. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it. Like when we were watching it the whole time, I'm just like, because there are parts where people are just like laughing, like, because it's funny. It's definitely, the beginning half of the movie is very funny, but once it gets dark, it gets really dark.
Yeah.
And then it gets like almost like uncomfortable dark, like what's gonna happen, like. And the one thing I would say, I'm very disappointed that the donkey didn't get nominated for anything. The donkey was great. Just the whole
And the dog. I mean, they had a great
the dog was
trainer.
great too. Yeah, you know, but it's just it's a fun movie because of the animals and you know the stupid funny comments that they make. One thing I did notice is their accents are so thick. Some of I like how they say feck, you know, and shite and stuff like that.
Right.
You know, it's like that's definitely an Irish thing.
Like I couldn't make out Colin Farrell's name.
His name, I had to look it up when I got home. And it's Pedrage, I guess. But I did not get that at all. And I guess the other guy's name is like Colm. I thought it was like Colum. And I just like, I still can't pronounce the sister's name. It shows her name on here, and it doesn't seem like that's how they pronounce it in the movie at all.
Right.
But, no, it's a great movie. I mean, and the scenery, outstanding. I mean, it's such a beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
You know,
it's
amazing.
beautifully shot movie.
It is. It really is. I mean,
I was afraid you weren't going to like it because I thought, you know, the story doesn't move along really fast. There's not a lot
definitely
of action
doesn't.
to it.
But the movie, I liked the story. It was not a fast-paced movie at all, which obviously is my main thing. But I mean, it was just so interesting. I'm like, how is this going to end? Like, 'cause it's not going to end well. No matter what, you could tell once things go downhill that it's not going to get better no matter what.
Right.
And it just, I mean, I guess the one silver lining, I guess, in it all is the sister finally is just...
She gets out.
Yeah, she's gone. She doesn't have to deal with the little island anymore. But the donkey part's kind of sad. I mean, it's just so funny, like how the sister does not want the donkey in the house at all. You know, it's like the donkey just keeps coming in. And what does he say? He's like, I can't kick the donkey out when I'm sad or something like that. Because he's like, not again with the donkey. He's like, I can't kick the donkey out when I'm sad. He's just sitting there like petting the donkey. The donkey actually is like a big part of the movie because it's like his best friend once he loses his best friend. You know, it really is. And I thought the cop father guy was actually pretty good. You know, I thought he was really good at being a jerk because that's pretty much what he was throughout the whole movie.
Right.
But no, I thought it was interesting that you said Brendan Gleeson actually wrote the song that he played in the movie.
Yeah.
Because he actually, you could tell like he was into it. So he was obviously, that was him. So, I mean, that was good. I mean, he's very talented. I've been thinking about it. I think the first movie I saw him in was Gangs of New York. But then he was also in, did you ever see Dark Blue? With Kevin, or Kurt Russell?
Kurt Russell. Yeah, I think you
Like
lent it to me.
Like the, what's his name? Riots, in the LA riots?
Uh-huh.
Rodney King, yeah. He's in that. He plays like one of the, I think he's Kurt Russell's immediate supervisor. But he's also in, 28 Days Later. He plays the father of the young girl in that movie.
Oh, right, yeah.
And he's really good in a lot. Everything he's in, he's really good in. But he's not like ever like a real like lead. He's always like the second or third.
This
or
is
fourth
probably the closest that he gets, right?
to a lead.
These
yeah.
Martin McDonagh
because
movies.
they're pretty much both I mean, Colin Farrell, has a little bit bigger of a role, but it's like 1A, 1B. I mean, it's their movie, but the other two are clearly great supporting characters.
Oh yeah.
you know?
The reviews just rave about both of those two actors too. Do you think that, like, they had the Irish Civil Wars going on the mainland?
Yeah.
And every so often you hear the guns going off. Do you think that had something to do with it? Was some kind of like link to these two guys fighting? It was kind of like Ireland is divided, kind of like these two friends are divided.
Honestly, I never really thought about it. I don't know. I mean, the one thing I was thinking about was what goes through Martin. Is it McDonough? Is that how it's actually pronounced? What makes you come up with a storyline like this? Like, seriously, I mean, this is an original screenplay. It's not like something he adapted. So, like, what would make you think to, like, write something like this?
Right.
Because it's just so awkward. But it worked, obviously. I mean, 8 nominations. It's been doing well considering it's not. I think it's up to like $12 or $13 million, but its highest release I think was like 1,000 theaters. You know, so I mean, it's not. It
took a while for us to get to see it. We knew it's been out in a limited release for at least a month.
And it's been its highest release. It's not going to get released any higher than what it has. I mean, once Oscars awards come out and stuff, and it's nominated, they generally try to up the ante by letting people go see it again before the awards ceremony.
Well, especially like you say, it's got so many nominations now that.
The studio might try to extend it. Because, I mean, obviously, it couldn't cost a lot of money to make. Because, I mean, it's not really... There's no action or anything in it. You know, there's no special effects or anything. I mean...
Sort of.
You know, well, yeah. I mean, I guess there is kind of. I hope that was a special effect. I hope
there was animal training.
There was definitely some... Yeah, they probably spent some money on the donkey.
Which was fun.
But, no, overall, I would definitely, absolutely recommend it. I mean,
Would you say it's one of the best movies you've seen this year?
Yes. I would say other than Maverick, it's probably the best movie I saw this year. I still haven't watched The Batman though. But I definitely liked it better than Black Panther. I liked it a lot better than Black Adam. And I don't really. What else?
And Halloween Ends.
Halloween Ends sucked. We don't even have to bring that movie up again. Period. I wonder if that's even still out of 5. I'm gonna look that up real quick. I bet it's not even out of 5 anymore.
It's sinking quickly.
It was so bad. I mean, it's just like I'd rather just somebody told me what it was, and I'd probably still like it more than if I went and saw it. It's still out of 5.0.
I'm trying. Boy, I guess I would have to think really hard about movies I've seen this year that I was really into. I mean, like you say, Maverick, and this one.
What about the Batman? Did you like the Batman better than this?
I did. I liked the Batman, but I think it was overly long. Like there was something about it was just a little bit too long, wasn't it? It was a really great movie.
Close to 3 hours, I think.
Yeah.
And this was perfect. I think this was like 1 hour and 47 minutes. You know, that's like the perfect time for a movie, especially when you're going to go see it in the theater. You know, because
it's got to be a really good movie if you're going to sit there beyond 2 hours. I mean, you got to really keep somebody interested. I
mean, I fell asleep in Black Panther for like the first hour. That was the first hour. You know, I didn't even make it that far into it. But yeah,
it was okay. I mean, that movie too was overly long. You didn't need to have that. That should have been 2 movies.
Yeah, no, I think we said the same thing about Endgame, Avengers Endgame. That didn't need to be 3 hours long. There's so many parts in that movie that they did not have to. They just overplayed so many things in that movie.
Yeah,
it's like that could have been like 2 hours easily, because we didn't get anything more out of it from them keep showing the same stuff over and over. You know, it's like.
Well, even the Banshees too. If you think about it, like when we talk about the plot of that movie, basically it could have been like a
75 minutes
short story.
It could have.
That was like, you know, instead of a novel. It wasn't really a novel. It was kind of like a short story thing that they kind of made into it.
But it didn't drag out though.
No,
I feel like it went by pretty quick for being almost 2 hours long. Because I remember looking at my watch and I was like, we're already an hour into this.
I think it's a credit to the performances.
I do too. I think the movie is definitely.
We were really into them. We were really into those personalities.
Yeah. And I really, honestly, I don't know what else she's been in, but I thought The Sister really was, definitely without question, her breakthrough performance.
Oh, what did it say? It said she's on Better Call Saul. Though I couldn't put it together. I'm kind of like, oh, who did she play on Better Call Saul? I watched a bunch of those. I didn't watch the show religiously, but I watched a bunch of the episodes on vacation.
You know, this is actually something I did know, and I forgot. She's the daughter in 3 Billboards.
The daughter. Oh.
Yeah, I did remember seeing that because I looked her name up before we went and saw it, and I remember them. I remember her being her credit.
That's his other movie.
But
so we
that's-
talked about In Bruges, Seven Psychopaths, and he did Three Billboards. Did he write Three Billboards too?
Hold on a second.
He might have. He might have written that one as well.
I think movies he directs, I think he generally does it right.
Another uncomfortable.
I don't know what is going on with this guy. Was he like abused as a child or something?
He's Irish.
Because I mean, that's a good point. But I mean, I haven't seen it. But obviously, if the name of the movie is Seven Psychopaths, I'm guessing that's probably kind of a disturbing movie as well. Three Billboards gets an 8.1, and yeah, he did write it as well.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes.
What I read about him too, that he wrote a play about a guy who was looking for his missing hand for 27 years. So he wrote a play about that. Didn't make it into a film yet.
No, that's weird too. I don't know. I mean, but obviously it looks like everything that he does is excellent. I mean, In Bruges gets a 7.9, Banshees gets an 8.2, Three Billboards gets an 8.1.
Yeah.
I would look at Seven Psychopaths, but the computer is dead, so I'm just gonna guess that probably gets pretty high.
Oh, I think it does.
Because what we said, it was Colin Farrell, Sam Rockwell, Christopher Walken, Woody Harrelson,
yeah.
and then you said there were a few famous actresses also.
Yeah, a couple of actresses too. So of the Seven Psychopaths, 2 of them are women, but I don't.
Yeah, I remember seeing it on the cover, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't actually read it or anything. So.
Should be fun.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna have to watch In Bruges. But the thing is, I have to watch Avatar still. It's Thursday. It's Friday. I gotta watch. I
you
still
haven't
haven't
seen it
watched.
yet?
No, I still haven't watched it.
Oh wow!
Period. Like I've saw.
But you
like,
own it, right?
I do, but I have not watched it. So my plan is.
I wonder if I should watch it too, because we're going to try to go on Friday.
Yes.
And I just bought it. I did see it, back in the day. I saw it on the small screen, so I bought it used. I'm wondering if I should watch it too before we see the movie. Probably should.
I feel like I mean, it's a continuation, right? I mean, it's
Yeah.
so. I mean, I feel like I should like at least know what's happening or whatever. But how long? It's like what, 3 hours? Close to 3 hours, something like that.
Yeah, it's a good one though. It's a good one for 3 hours. I don't remember it dragging, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
My regret about that movie was I wish I'd have seen it on a big screen. That's that type of movie.
Yeah,
And we will get to see it on the big screen next weekend.
Yeah, I can see that being a good movie to see on the big screen.
My TV's not even like a big screen. It's bigger than old televisions were, but
It's bigger than this, right?
it's bigger than the television I saw Avatar on the first time. I saw it on one of the regular square televisions, tube television.
Oh man.
That's how long ago it was.
Well, we're pretty much out of time, so
We'll tell you how Avatar is next week.
Definitely, we'll be talking about Avatar next week, and until next week, this has been our newest episode of The Best Pictures. I'm one of your hosts, Joey Powers.
I'm Don Treadler, and these are the ones you don't want to miss.
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room. Here's Johnny.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.